So we are looking at a simple harmonic motion. They said it's a type of periodic motion or oscillation motion where the restoring force is directly proportional to the distance and acts. So the most important thing is that the restoring force, the restoring force is directly proportional and acts in opposite direction. So let's say we have something like this. This is a pendulum. So what they are just trying to say here is the fact that it has been displaced like this, right? This is x, the distance from the center from which it has been displaced. Set act in opposite direction to that of the displacement. So the restoring force will be acting like this. So basically that's what they are trying to say. The restoring force will be acting in opposite direction and is directly proportional to it. So so they said periodic motion repeats itself after regular interval of time. So a very good example is the motion of the earth around the sun on 1 year. So periodic is just something that is periodic, means something that goes and come back, just like to and fro basically. So the time to complete one this thing, one complete revolution is known as the period. So basically that's all we have. So they said consider a particle. This is the particle. So this is sinusoidal. This sinusoidal means it is wave like. So if you saw something like sinusoidal, it means it's just moving to and fro. So basically consider a particle executing SHM about point 0 from t is equals to 0. This is t is equals to 0. You can see here that this is you should not take note of two things here. This is t over 4, that is 1/4 of the period. I already said the time taken to complete one complete revolution is what is the what's it called, is the period. So you can see this is a complete revolution, up and down. Let's say you just have up like this, that is uh the crest. This is the crest, this is the trough. So let's say we just have just the crest, that's t over 2, that's half t. You get what I'm trying to say? But now that we have complete evolution, that's full t, right? So and it's given by this is very very important equation of wave. So basically you can see what we have here is the amplitude, which is the point of the maximum displacement. So yeah, it's the greatest from the equilibrium position. That's basically what the amplitude, and it's denoted with what, with a. So you can see how the amplitude is labeled, and you can see the period. Yeah, exactly. So the time is complete one vibration or revolution. I already said that. So phase is the position on a waveform cycle. I already described what a waveform cycle is. So phase difference is actually expressed in degrees. This is something very important, but that should be discussed in details under wave. So two waves having the same frequency and referred to the same point. So basically we can have a wave that is in phase and out of phase. So in phase and out of phase, that's basically what that means is that yeah, this is it, have the same frequency, phase difference to be in phase. Yeah, they have a phase difference. So basically let's say something like this, they actually have the same frequency. So what is frequency? Don't confuse it. Frequency is just the number of cycles per over t. So don't mistake this t for period oh. So number of cycle f(n) over t. So let's say they have the same frequency and this one is moving like this and this one is moving like this, and then we have something like this. Sorry, we have something like this, this, we have something like this. This is also moving like this. We can say these two waves are what, they are in phase. But let's say we have something like this. You can see they are in phase, moving. So out of phase is like this. You see they have the same frequency, like the same number of cycle per time per seconds rather. So but you can see here that they are now complete, they are out of phase there too, but yeah, they are completely out of phase. Exactly. So they are completely out of phase. They are completely out of phase. So let's talk about angular frequency. Please, I will say something like this in our first class. It's a scalar measure of rotation. Please note that angular frequency is a scalar. So, in fact, also referred to as angular speed, although they are not, you should not be using all these terms for it. Just know that it can also, um, so it just has to do with, we have normal frequency, which I said should be n over t, right? N over t. So basically, what angular frequency is? So angular frequency is basically like this over t. What does this mean? What's the difference? So this one is just the angular turn taken by the particular body. You can see they said is a measure of rotation. So like the angular turn being taken by the body over time. You see that it's basically the same thing, just that this one is angular. So let's continue. But sorry, so before that, let's the relationship between them, w is equals to what? 2 pi f. So another thing we can take note here is that when t, this what make f is equals to t, what does that mean? That basically means that when the uh, time is actually, we are now talking about what? A complete revolution. So we have something like this, w is equals to what? 2 pi, 2 pi over what? Over t. So basically, what does this mean? What does this 2 pi? 2 pi means what? 360 degree, right? That shows what? 360 degree. That shows a complete revolution. So that's a complete revolution is 2 pi, right? So basically, it's still the same thing as this over t. I'm just trying to bring something out. So and we already know that t equals to what? 1 over f, right? So w, sorry, it's not w, omega is equals to what? 2 pi multiplied by f. Where did I get this f from? I'm just trying to prove that particular equation. So basically, this is same thing as 2 pi times 1 over t, right? And already know that 1 over t is constant frequency. So basically, just note that. So this is where the formula came from. But these are simple formulas. You might not really be concerned with the derivation. Now just know them. So we already described the wave equation, right? So where we said x equals to what? A cos. Oh, sorry. Let me just bring it out. So so we already said something like this. Let me just explain before we solve. Wt. What am I calling W? Is omega, please. Omega t plus phi. So this phi is representing what? The phase difference. Yeah, the phase difference. So yeah, they said find the amplitude. What you have to do is just to know this equation that I gave you the other time. So just compare. So they said find the amplitude. This is very very easy. What is the amplitude? You don't have to solve for anything. So and they said the frequency and angular frequency. So like I said, this one is just 0.34 from the equation we were given. So the angular frequency Wt, you see I'm just picking it. It's as simple as that. They can actually ask you Wt, that's 3000 Hz. So what else they say we should look for? The period. Okay, we already established that W is equals to what? 2 pi over t, abi now. So that's W is equals to 2 pi f. So f will be equals to 3000 over 2 pi. So our frequency will be what? 1500 over. See, it's actually very easy. Then if they ask for frequency for period, rather, once we have gotten our frequency, don't forget that t is equals to what? T small t over n. Abi now, so that means that T is the period is the same thing as the inverse of the frequency. So they can just give you something like this to test your knowledge of the progressive wave equation. But then all this should come under wave. But then they can ask in simple harmonic motion too. So let's talk about the spring constant for year 2. So they said first law for um simple harmonic motion, K is equals to mw square. So basically what this means is that W is equals to, so what this means is that since W is equals to K over M, if we have something like this, we have a spring being tied, this is the force rising to drag, F is equals to what? This follow me carefully. F equals to minus Kx. So this K here has been, this is a spring has been as used here. This K will be the spring constant or the proportionality constant. So, and the reason we have a negative sign minus here is the fact that I already said that the force restoring the motion is towards the center, which is opposite of the one that displaced it in the first place. So basically, we see the same thing that we have here. So this is, they are just saying that it's related to the mass and the K. So the K depends on the type of spring being used. So basically, this basically summarizes everything under this thing under simple harmonic motion. So they said acceleration is equals to um omega square x, and notice that why is it negative? This is negative is the fact that it's towards the acceleration is towards the center, which is um opposite of the this thing. So another thing you should take note here is the fact that at the center the velocity is maximum, and there this x is what? This x is displacement and s is equals to 0. So that's why we have for v max we have something like v is equals to w, because there is no displacement there. I mean, now if it's like this at the center there is no displacement, which x is equals to 0. So so for a single pendulum, it has to do with the length and gravity, acceleration due to gravity. Just note this. So these are very simple formulas actually. So this basically means that for a simple pendulum, the angular frequency, the omega is equals to what? G over L. And uh, 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 for a simple pendulum, the angular frequency will be what? K over L. So let's look at how we can actually use that to solve an equation. So the question we have here is that is a horizontal spring, they're giving us the spring constant uh, attached to undergoing. So we have something like this 0.75, no, that's a 75 kilogram mass, 0.75. Why is it not right? 0.5 is being used. So they said the first we should calculate is was the period. So we already know that the t period is equals to what? Abi now, so 2 pi m over k. Yes. So what do we have? We have our mass already, and we have our spring constant, right? So for the second this thing, they said the frequency. So for the frequency, well, it depends on you. You can use 1 over 2 pi 2 pi multiplied by root k over m cos to f. What does this equation means? Basically, it's just the inverse. But then you don't have to stress yourself. Once you get the period or once you get the frequency, you can just get the inverse to get your period, right? So they ask for the angular frequency of the oscillator, and we already know that omega. Sorry, I already know that omega is equals to what, 2 pi f. Basically, that's all you have to do. So now what we want to do is we are going to solve. Let me clear this. We are going to solve. So for the first one, what were we given? 2 pi 0.75 over 300. T is equals to 2 pi multiplied by the square root of 0.75 over 300, right? Sorry, this is basic mathematics. Your square root should be covering everything, not just like the one I did. So let me bring out my calculator. So let me get my calculator. That's 0.75 divided by 300. Square root of that multiplied by 2. That's 0t is equals to what? 0.1 pi. It depends on how your option. You already know the value for pi, right? That's 3.142. So you can leave it in terms of pi. It depends on the options. So basically, and your frequency will now be 1 divided by 0.1 pi, right? That's 10. That should be 10 pi. 10 pi equals to rev per seconds, right? That's for frequency. So for the other one, what do we have? W omega equals to 2 pi multiplied by f. That's 31.42, right? That's 10 pi. 10 pi is 3.142. So basically, it depends on how you want to relieve the equation. So that's all for the first part on simple harmonic motion.